presiding. All those having business before the court draw near and you shall be heard. God bless the great state of Ohio and this honorable court. You may be seated.
Good morning. Today is August 19th. Welcome to Lawrence County Municipal Court. I'm Judge Kapler. We have a few reviews to do, so those people will be called. When your name's called, come up to the table to the right. If you don't get called, think you should have been, go check in with the clerk to the right when you leave the courtroom. They may not know you're here if you weren't on the docket today. Call the reviews.
State of Ohio versus Dakota C. Freeman, case number TRD 23-214. Your Honor, this is that one sentence.
Okay. All right, out of order on this one to get him to the medical issue. This is on sentencing on a license issue. Did you get your license back?
Almost. I've almost nipped it in the bud.
Okay. How much more time do you need?
I can't. I got a little bit going on right now. I can't really give you an exact, probably 2 months maybe at the most, if possible.
I'll set it for September 30th.
Okay.
10 a.m. September 30th.
Thank you.
And now we'll do the reviews.
Amber Mills, Franklin A. Petty, Aaron Sloan, Ben Smith, Davin L. Tippett.
Amber Mills is 23-621, 23-556. She has not completed. She was at Bethesda's. Anyone here from Bethesda? Taylor?
Taylor.
Taylor, do you have a report on Amber Mills?
I do. I apologize, Your Honor. May I approach?
Yes.
She works at the hospital and was not able to get off this morning. She is compliant.
Okay. She still has things to do with her cases that are
She have community service and fines still.
fines.
Do you know how much?
Looks like a total of 420. 2 cases.
I'll make sure she starts paying on this.
I'll set our next hearing for September 6th
Thank you, Your Honor.
at 9 a.m. Franklin Petty is not here. 23-14-27. He did do his community service, but he hasn't finished his fines. Or the driver intervention perk. So it'll be a bench warrant issue. Aaron Sloan.
Your Honor, if I may, she called me Saturday and said she was going to come and turn the community service in. She said that's all she had left to do. And she said she would be here this morning to turn it in, but I have not seen it.
Okay.
She's not checked in, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right, well, she's got 7 days to appear before Ben Smith, 23-662. Is that because?
You still like that?
Okay. Looks like progress being made, but still things being worked on.
Yes, Your Honor. He has some days of community service from the dog pound. We just haven't got verification yet, and he's going to pay something on his fines on Monday.
Okay, how much much are you paying today?
At least 50, or not today, it'd be Monday, when I get paid Saturday, so I'll have to come up Monday and do it.
Okay. Get your hours turned in, and I'll set your next hearing September 23rd.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Your
9
Honor.
o'clock, September 23rd. Davin Tippett, 22, 23, 44. You're Mr. Tippett.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Have you done anything on your case? I don't see you got community service and fines and costs to pay.
I thought I paid all that.
I'm not showing anything. When did you pay it?
Everything I thought I had to pay, I pay. Or whichever I don't have to pay, I pay it right now.
Okay, it's $1,050.
I'll pay some of it, and then I can do a payment on it.
Now, I'm not showing any payments.
Yeah, I didn't even know that. As far as community service, what kind of community service do I have to do? Because I went to the program and did everything that was asked of me, from the driver intervention to everything. I completed all that in Ohio because I live in Lexington, and the closest place I had to go was
You're ordered to do 30 hours of community service. We have a community service program here at the court. If you live out of the area, I'll let you do it at a charity.
I live in Lexington.
Yeah, you can do it at a charitable organization in
Kentucky.
In Lexington, where you live.
Okay, that's fine.
But you got to turn it in on letterheads from the charity. You know, that
What
Salvation Army, something like that.
Okay.
Volunteer.
Yeah, that's fine.
Do
I
30
appreciate
hours
it.
of that's in your judgment entry.
Okay.
And you're saying you did you did the 72-hour treatment program. I see that. That was back in April. Okay, so you've got that and your fines to pay.
Okay.
So you say you're going to pay something on the fines today.
Yeah, I paid something on it today.
How much are you going to pay?
I pay $100.
I'm sorry?
$100.
All right, see the clerk, make your payment.
Okay.
I'll set September 30th as your next hearing. As long as you're making progress, I'll let you appear by teleconference.
Okay.
You have a laptop or a smartphone?
Yeah, we had that set up before, but I don't know how I missed the review hearing because we were doing it over teleconference, and I don't know how that happened.
Okay, well, you can talk to your probation officer. He can get you set up to do it. See the clerk to make the payment. See Mr. Major about your next hearing. September 30th, 9 a.m. is your next hearing. He's actually out of the security right now.
My probation officer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's fine. I appreciate it. Thank you.
You are. Okay, that finishes the reviews. We're going to start the arraignments, which are the new cases. Okay, we only have 2 here. There's some more at the jail. When you're called, come up to the table to your right, just like the last folks did. Stand there. I'm going to tell you what the charges are that the prosecutor filed. I don't file the charges. The prosecutor files the charges. So you need to understand them. You don't have to agree that they're true. But you need to understand what's being alleged against you. You have a right to remain silent. You don't have to say anything. But what you do say is on the record. So if you admit something about your case, that can be used against you. You have a right to have an attorney, to have one appointed if you can't afford one. You have a right to bail, to make the state prove these charges beyond a reasonable doubt. Call the first case.
State of Ohio versus Brittany Kazee, case number CRB 24489.
All right, Brittany Kazee. Well, I'm going to pass it because she still hasn't been served. So the case will be passed for I guess she called in and said she was going to come at some point in the future, but she's not here. She hasn't legally been served with summons.
State of Ohio versus Kyle Bartram, case number CRB 21605.
This is Mr. Thompson's case, and he's in the conference room. We need Mr. Thompson in the courtroom, please. Mr. Thompson, this is an older case that was your client. The allegation is that he failed to appear for a pretrial back in October of 2021. He's here today. I don't know what the circumstances are. So I'll let you talk with him when you're ready to recall. We'll do so.
Okay. Thank you.
And you can have the court's file. So we're going to go on to pretrials now. Mr. Stratton.
State of Ohio versus Jeremiah Whaley, case number CRB 24186.
There's a cross-filing Zoe Lee, that case. Oh, no, here. There's probably have to recall it. They're 10 o'clock pre-trial.
All right. Case will be recalled. Does anyone have, any of the lawyers here got their clients here? We'll call them out. We can get a deal with it.
Yes, please.
Bunch of people here, so they must have cases.
I know for sure.
Don't waste it, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Also need my electrical plugs in the central.
Okay, court's going to be in recess. When you're ready to call some cases, you let me know. Court's in recess.
Four strikeouts. I don't remember, but let me look. It's plugged in.
Thomas Massey?
What is your client, Zoe? This repayment of costs and no problems. So I don't have anything about they don't have to appear, but that's not unusual. Let me see on the other one. Yeah, let's see if I've got a note on that. Doesn't say that, but I mean, that wouldn't bother me. Once you find out if the costs have been paid.
In and out.
Yeah, it's down there. Okay. And Ironton. Oh, okay. Where you took the clothes at. You want to go back in?
Lawrence County Municipal Court's now back in session.
You may see it.
State of Ohio versus Destiny Pratt, case number CRB 24515. Destiny Pratt.
Destiny Pratt.
Ma'am, you're Destiny Pratt.
Yes, sir.
Ms. Pratt, you've been charged with a theft offense from Walmart. Case number 24515. It alleges that August the 18th of this year, you tried to defraud Walmart property without their consent. It's a first-degree misdemeanor, maximum penalty, 6 months in jail, $1,000 fine. You understand the charge? You understand the rights you have as a defendant? How do you plead to these charges? You can plead guilty, not guilty, or no contest. The safest plea is always not guilty. Not guilty? Do you wish to be considered for a court-appointed lawyer? Do you have a job? Do you have no income at all? I'll appoint Mr. Stratton to represent you. Morning. Not guilty plea. She has a bond up, so the bond's continued.
Okay.
And I'm looking at September 6th.
That's fine.
13th or 16th.
Whichever day is fine.
Either of those work.
Yeah.
September 6th
September 6th. Okay.
at 10 o'clock for a pretrial.
All right. Thank you.
Not guilty plea is entered, bonds continue.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
State of Ohio versus Jason R. McClure, case number CRB 181342.
And you're Jason McClure?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. McClure, it's alleged that you failed to appear for a review hearing back in October of 2022, October 31st, 2022, and you had a conviction for domestic violence. That was the case. You have a right to remain silent. You don't have to say anything. You have a right to make state prove this charge beyond a reasonable doubt. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
How do you plead to this charge?
No contest.
No contest means you're not fighting it and you agree you can be found guilty if I think there's enough evidence here.
Yes, Your Honor.
It appears from the record that I have that you were convicted of domestic violence. That you went to some treatment at Riverside Recovery. The day of the judgment was Christmas Eve, 2018. So it's an old case, but you still had fines and court costs, and you were ordered to go to treatment.
Yes, sir. I spent like 3.5 years at Riverside.
Well, we've got Representative Mr. Gwynn is here from Riverside. I want you to go talk with him. I need a history report. Date of birth is 2/16/80.
Yes,
Is that
sir.
right? Mr. Gwynn is here from Riverside Recovery, now known as RRS. So go talk with him. We'll recall you after you've done so. We'll see where you are. You still have fines and costs at the least to pay. You've got a bond up now, right?
Yes,
You
sir.
got arrested and had to post bond?
And I paid $300 this morning.
Okay.
I apologize, Your Honor. There's no excuse for it.
Okay, we'll figure out what we're going to do after you talk with Mr. Gwynn and see what's left on your, what kind of report we get from your counsel.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Case will be recalled.
State of Ohio versus Jeffrey Bone, case number CRV 24-270, Mr. Steyer's case.
This is set for a pretrial today. It's Mr. Steyer's case.
Your Honor, this is sort of a hybrid case. It was going to be one that was going to be dismissed upon payment of costs, but we were also looking at some treatment at, I guess, RRS.
And I was just handed a report dated August 16th. Okay, my read of it is that he is compliant. There's stuff he's working on still. He's moved down in his intensity of counseling, but he's still getting some counseling.
Yes, sir. So I'm not sure what the court and state's position at this point is, where we want to go forward with this.
Mr. Hill, I'm assuming this is Miss Nicole Smith?
Yes, that daughter.
Yes, that daughter.
And they're still living in the same household. She says he's doing great. So, I guess.
He's making good
there's
progress.
maybe pardon?
He's making good progress.
Yeah, so he's making progress, which is great. We'd like to see it through a little bit longer.
Is that agreed, Mr. Steyer?
It is, Your Honor. What sort of time frame do we want to come back? Looking at about a month?
Yeah, we can make it a little bit longer than that. This last time was a little more, maybe 7-8 weeks, something like that. October.
15th of October would be good. I've got jury trials both ends of the week of the 6th, and then the 14th is a holiday, of course, so I'd ask for the 15th.
Okay, that's a Tuesday. You said
Yeah.
it's a Tuesday, October the 15th.
I'm sure I know that it's Tuesday. Okay.
So don't keep up your counseling like you are, and it looks like you're on the right track now to get this resolved in a favorable way.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
If there's any further problems, let us know.
Good job, man.
State of Ohio versus Precious Marie Smith, case number CRA 24441A and B, PRC 241476.
All right, Ms. Smith is represented by Mr. Schreier. She's at ADP, and thank you for the card. And get that
thank you.
correct.
Thank you. I'm glad you got it.
Mr. Schreier.
What's the situation?
I emailed you her report and I sent it to you in a text as well. She completes our program on the 22nd and she has been accepted to Phoenix Rising for long-term treatment.
Okay. This is we had this on for sentencing. This is it was a felony shoplifting from Walmart that the state reduced to a misdemeanor. And one of the terms of that, of course, is the treatment that we're doing. I don't know if we want to where we want to move this on to, complete sentencing, move on to review, or come back again, whichever the court's pleasure. I don't know Phoenix Rising, so I'm not sure even where. Is that in Huntington?
Yes.
Okay. I'm just not familiar with that agency.
And I received a card also, and I appreciate that.
Thank you.
It means a lot.
Thank you.
I don't think we finished, I don't think that we actually made the motion to reduce it to a misdemeanor, and I don't believe she pled guilty, although it's our idea to do that. I could be wrong.
I'm sorry, I was looking at I thought she was on the sentencing docket. I guess she's still on the preliminary docket.
We talked about doing that, and we will do that. But we just want to make sure she knew that, that possibility is still out there, and give her a little extra motivation.
So it might be worth coming back out and in some amount of time. I'll leave that to the court's discretion.
Okay. She's made a lot of progress since she was here before, so we can go longer. The last time was less than a month. Let's make it approximately a month this next time. And she should be out of inpatient and into some sort of long-term care with.
Well, we put something else on the 15th. Will that day work, Your Honor? Of October.
That long. I'd prefer like in September, around the 20th, 23rd, something like that.
It's either of those days, the 20th or the 23rd. I'm actually already on the docket.
Okay. Let's do the 20th. That's a Friday. So almost exactly a month. So September 20th will be the next hearing for her. Preliminary hearings and pre-trials. Okay, you're on the right track. Keep it up.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Joseph Sansom Cunningham, case number CRB 14489. Joseph Cunningham.
Mr. Sires' case, it's pre-trial and review.
When I was out there, he hadn't appeared yet. I don't know.
And he has not attended his appointments for a while either. Since the 24th of July.
He completed an inpatient program and then was supposed to be doing outpatient with ODP.
Yes.
And he hasn't been there since July 17th. July 24th. So, all right, he hasn't appeared today, so the warrant will issue in 7 days if he doesn't turn himself in.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Craig Salem Smith, case number CRB 24343. Craig Salem Smith.
Craig Smith.
Likewise,
that's where this would be dismissed without appearance if the costs were paid.
I had a note that back on July 17th, it was dismissed already. And I could be wrong, obviously.
Your Honor, this is, actually, I'm not sure we were looking for costs on this one. This is a situation where I guess he was kind of in his own house and there was some issues.
I misread, it says dismissed without cost.
Right, okay, I didn't think costs were to be paid on this one. And I don't think there have been any further problems that I'm aware of. So With that in mind, I would ask that they go ahead and be dismissed at this time.
We're not opposed to that.
All right, case will be acknowledged.
State of Ohio versus Thomas Massey, case number CRA 24242.
And Mr. Massey's with minute readings, I believe there's a representative, yes.
Case number 24242.
Okay.
That's Mr. Stiers' case.
And we have here a certificate of completion for his program. We're going to need to get this back. I can make a copy once we get done with the portion that's being done here in the courtroom. So it looks like we have a compliant report.
Is he finished with the new reads, or what's the status there?
He's in our transitional program. He's just completed the inpatient portion.
Okay.
This looks like the original, so you have that back.
How's the state going to proceed? This is a Fellman.
Yeah, okay, so you say he's completed the program?
He's completed inpatient.
He's in transition.
All right, so we want him to successfully transition and then see where we stand at the next juncture.
That's the state's pleasure. We'd be willing to come back. I'd leave it to the court what sort of a time frame we're looking at on this one.
Okay, we can do the 15th on this one.
Okay.
He's gotten some good reports that will go longer out. October 15th will be his next hearing, 10 o'clock. Keep up good work.
Okay. Thank you. So remember, that's a Tuesday. Okay. That's not the normal court days. Thank you.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Jeffrey C. Gardner, case number TRC 2468.
All right, this was on the docket for a motion hearing, but it's changed today to a pre-trial.
Your Honor, there's an order entered, I believe, June 14. It's a little bit difficult to read, where we had an agreement, Mr. Gardner would complete the driver's intervention program and would enter a amended charge, a guilty plea to an amended charge of reckless driving. He has done his part, Your Honor.
Okay, I see.
And we'd ask the court to accept that resolution.
Mr. Hill.
And we did have that agreement, Your Honor, and that was discussed with the court previously, and it looks like if this is his program completion, I don't read very fast.
You want it?
No, it's okay. You can show the judge.
If you want me to...
I've got a copy.
Okay.
It's in the file.
So we would make that motion to amend at this time.
We withdraw the appeal of his administrative license suspension, Your Honor. He's already paid that and is reinstated as we speak. And he is also prepared to pay the fine and costs imposed by the court today, Your Honor.
All right. So, Mr. Gardner, do you agree with what your attorneys represent to the court?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any statements you want to make before I conclude this?
No, sir.
All right, I'll impose a $150 fine and court costs, no probation. You pay that today, your case is concluded. So, see the clerk.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Scott Bryant, case number CRB 24394.
It's Mr. Thompson's case set for pretrial.
The sister's here. I just gotta get in here.
Is Amy Mettings here?
And the dad's here too. The dad's back. Jack Lawless.
What do you do? Yeah, well, let's just let that happen. Let's let him never talk and dismiss the charges. Okay. Later on. Let's just see. Well, that's okay. We'll come back in a few minutes. I just want to make sure that it's good. It's good.
Case number is 24394.
You don't think he's going to change his mind and get this one? Okay.
And if that happens, people go to my
Okay, all right. All right, let's stay up here. Stay up here. So, Your Honor, I've got Mr. Lawless here, who is the alleged victim, and also I have Mr. Bryant's sister, Amy Mettings, here. We talked about her the last time we were in court as a way to maybe help resolve the situation. So Ms. Mettings reports to me that she's in the process of getting an apartment for Mr. Bryant, and it's several steps because it's also going to involve maybe home health and things of that nature that all have to get set up. And Mr. Lawless says that he thinks it's better at this point if we go ahead and dismiss the charges. Mr. Bryant is still living with him, and he feels like things are under control at this point. So I suggested that we hold on to the case and come back at a later date to make sure all this gets done, but both of them think that it's better if we went ahead and dismissed it now. So if they want to just tell the court that, maybe the court would agree. I don't, I want to make sure that everything
Well, I
goes the
think
way
this
it's supposed to.
is family situation, right?
It is.
And so I'm going to judge that you folks know what's best for your family. We're just trying to assist you to get the best possible outcome. So I'm not going to stand in the way if you're asking the court to dismiss it and you feel like that's the best for everybody involved. So that's the way I'm understanding. Is that what you believe? Okay. And the state's agreeable to that also?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, case will be knowledge, which means dismissed without, if something were to come up under certain circumstances, it would be refiled, but that would be very rare, so it will be dismissed at this point.
Good luck, Your Honor.
State of Ohio versus Devin L. Fletcher, case number CRB 24502.
Davin Fletcher is Mr. Thompson's case. It's set for pre-trial today. Mr. Fletcher is in Southern.
Maybe she can help us.
Okay, so Mr. Fletcher's really just getting started.
Yeah, last Monday.
And so far, so good?
So far, great.
Okay.
Positive attitude, complying with everything.
Yeah.
So agreement to continue on this path then, Mr. Thompson?
Yes, sir.
And assuming the state's on board with that also?
We are on board with that. We would like to address the issue about making sure we can get the victim's input.
Okay.
This happened at the OVP facility, and the alleged victim is an employee there. And the only number we got was his work number, and we haven't been able to reach him personally. We've left a voicemail, but we haven't heard from him. So I was hoping that maybe Bree could help us to find out.
Can we have her in the courtroom, please? Ms. DeMint? Ms. DeMint? Come up and talk to the prosecutor, please.
Yeah.
Just call it irons and then person to speak.
I agree with that.
How's the state going to proceed?
First of all, it's encouraging that Mr. Fletcher has got a good start in his new treatment. Hopefully, things go better for him there. We just had an opportunity to speak with the representative from OVP who will help us to make sure that our alleged victim gets in contact with us so we have some information from him. We are in favor of a continuance so that Mr. Fletcher can continue in his treatment. And we're not committed to an exact resolution at this point because we haven't heard from the victim yet. But we also know that the treatment that he's going to be sticking to and succeeding at can't do anything but help his situation in this case. So we'd be okay with moving it with a time waiver.
For the record, the alleged victim is not an employee of OVP.
Oh, he's not?
No, you want to explain just that?
He was a peer mentor there, another client, just like me as well.
All right, so we had that wrong. But
September 16th, that's a Monday.
Yes.
And September 16th will be the next hearing, pre-trial, 10 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Robert D. Fox, case number TRC 24-2009, A and B.
Mr. Thompson's case set for sentencing. Mr. Fox is at Bethesda.
May I approach, Your Honor?
Yes.
something wrong.
No, no. No, it ain't no wrong.
Well, I'd have a strong suggestion that Mr. Fox submit to a urine screen today, since they say he hasn't submitted the one he does. He wants to avail himself of some consideration on a
Oh, I have no
second
problem.
Is he willing to do that, Mr. Thompson?
You're willing to do it? Yeah. Yeah, I ain't gotta use the bathroom right this second, but I mean,
Well, we're gonna be here for a while, so go do a urine screen and we'll get the results and come back for our next
all right, could do it.
hearing on it. So in case you recall later in the document.
Definitely a health risk, but I think.
Thank you, Your Honor.
State of Ohio versus Ken Dempsey, case number CRB 24161. Ken Dempsey.
Mr. Thompson's case, pretrial. It looks like there's been a total of $350 paid, and my notes were the case was going to be dismissed if restitution was paid and the court costs. So I'm not sure how much the restitution was.
The restitution was $411.32.
Okay, so now, I also have a note that some sort of payment was made but not been processed yet. So if people make a payment online, I think it takes a day for that to process. So if you made a payment in the last 24 hours, it's not going to show up here yet. Maybe they can see that he did make a payment, it hasn't cleared as to how much it is.
Your Honor, what was the restitution again?
4 something?
Yeah. 411.32.
Okay, now I've got a receipt here from today showing 667.72 paid, so maybe that's everything. This shows miscellaneous costs of $212.72, court costs of $105, and I don't know if that miscellaneous cost, well, that wouldn't include the restitution.
What was the total that you have?
66772. Yeah, this is showing that's the total's been paid.
I can't pull it up. There's no social listing.
Okay. So it looks like that should be pretty close to being the total. This court cost would be 150, I believe. Well, there's some counsel fee. No. Mr. Thompson, I'm going to let you speak with the clerk and try to figure this out, then we'll recall it.
Okay.
We can just do it by entry if you believe, if you and the state believe it has been completed, and it looks to me like it may be.
Okay.
State of Ohio recalls Jason McClure, case number CRB 181342.
This is a recall. Mr. McClure had failed to appear for a review hearing back in 2022. He did a urine screen today. It was negative, so that's good. And Gwen, what did you find out?
So, Your Honor, he was with us 3 years ago. At this point, I don't recommend any treatment. He's got negative screens, maintains a full-time job.
Okay. So, and you did pay toward your funds. I don't think that paid it off. You paid a substantial amount.
I paid $300, yes, sir.
Okay. And you did you post a bond on the, yes, you have a bond out now.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'll cancel the warrant that had been issued for you, reinstate you to review hearings, and give you some more time to try to get this paid off. It looks like that's the only thing you've got left to do. Don't think, yeah, there was no community service. I'm going to set it in October for a review hearing. What's better for your work schedule, Mondays or Fridays?
Probably Monday, sir.
October 7th, that's a Monday. If you get it paid off before then, you don't have to come back.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Just verify that it completes your case and then you'll be done.
Yes, sir.
Okay. October 7th, 9 a.m.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Have a
Thank
good
you,
day.
Your Honor.
Well, sure.
State of Ohio versus Todd M. Hall, case number CRB 24517. Todd Hall.
Yes.
All right, Mr. Hall, you've been handed a copy of the charge. It's a failure to confine a dog charge. It's alleged that on August the 15th in Fayette Township, you were the owner or keeper of a dog that you failed to have physically confined or restrained. That's a fourth-degree misdemeanor. Maximum penalty is 30 days in jail, $250 fine. You understand the charge?
Yes,
Do you understand your rights?
yes.
How do you plead to the charge?
I guess no contest because he got loose. I was feeding him water and a little beagle ran through the yard that he saw and he took off after it, and then there was a woman with a dog on a leash with it and ran over and started barking at her, and by the time I got up to the driveway, he ran back in the kennel, but he did get away from me.
All right, if you enter a no contest plea, you're saying you don't want to fight this, you're not agreeing that you're guilty, but you're not fighting it either, and you're agreeing that you can be found guilty without a trial and a lawyer. Now, you need to understand, sometimes, I don't know what the state's going to ask for, but sometimes they ask as a part of the punishment that you have to get insurance and have the dog treated as a dangerous dog. So if that's the case, maybe you wouldn't want to enter a no contest plea.
Well, probably not guilty then.
All right, because it's an M4, that's actually a jailable offense, you have a right to have a court-appointed attorney if you want one. Do you want to be considered for a court-appointed attorney?
Yes,
Do you have a job?
yes.
What do you do?
I'm maintenance at amusement park.
Cannon Park?
Yes,
Are you paid by the hour?
yes.
How much per hour?
I think like $25 an hour.
Oh, okay, well, you're making pretty good money. You work 40 hours a week?
Usually,
Is it seasonal, or you work all year?
I work
round?
full-time.
All year round? Okay, let's see. So you're making about 52,000 a year?
I don't know, I just got a raise, so I've been making a little less.
Well, I'm not making this stuff up as I go along. There's actually rules that I'm supposed to follow. One of them is the Supreme Court tells me I have to determine what your gross annual income is. So that's why I'm asking these questions, not just for the heck of it. So I'm trying to figure out, what you make gross per year. That's what this court tells me I have to do to decide if you're eligible for a court-appointed attorney. So if you're making $25 an hour, that's going to be about $1,000 a week, which is 52,000 gross a year. Does that sound right to you?
Yeah,
Do you have children that you support?
no.
Okay, well, the good thing is you've got a pretty good job, so it may seem like a flippant question. I thought about taking my grandkids. I used to go to Cannon Park when I was a kid. They'll want to get on the Big Dipper, and I'm kind of scared of it. So you're the guy that makes sure it's going to be safe?
Well, I don't do heights, so.
Okay. Well, maybe I need to not take them there and put them on that.
You could go on the scrambler, though. It's
The
all-
scrambler is the what? Yeah.
Proto Pups.
So, yeah, that was old when I was a kid, and I'm pretty old myself, so. Okay. So you're not eligible for a court-appointed lawyer. That's that's the issue. But you're welcome to hire one on your own if you want. So you want to do that? Well, why don't we do this, since you're kind of representing yourself today, maybe it'd be a good idea to see, well, what would the state ask for if I'm found guilty either by no contest or if I plead guilty? What's the state wanting from me here? Can you tell him that, Mr. Heald?
I could try, Your Honor. And I want to say, first of all, that I don't know if the court has noticed recently a real increase in the number of dogs getting loose and biting people who just happen to be...
Seems that way. We've had several cases recently.
And I have misjudged some of these situations because of, sometimes we don't get a full account of what actually happened. And so sometimes I maybe overestimate the severity and sometimes I underestimate just based on what I've got. In this case, it's alleged that a little girl was actually bitten, but I don't see anything about medical treatment, so I don't know.
No, nobody was bit.
I had a case in Ironton recently in which I found out 2 weeks later it happened in the parking lot of the grocery store, and a chihuahua jumped out the window and bit somebody on the leg. I thought, well, it's a chihuahua, you know. And well, I found out that the lady who got bitten ended up in the hospital in Columbus with an infection and deep wounds for like 2 weeks after the case was already disposed of. So, chihuahua, pit bull, I don't know. And I see here from this statement of the alleged victim's, I guess, grandmother, that Mr. Hall has a fenced-in yard. Is that right?
No.
Okay. I thought he had a fenced-in yard. I don't know. I mean, that's normally, I think, a minimum for anybody who's going to have a dog leave the house, and that is to have an enclosed area.
Well, they live in a kennel.
Okay, so it sounds like we can't resolve today, because I think from what I'm hearing, he wants to talk to the parents of the girl who was involved. So I'm going to enter a not guilty plea for you. If you want to get a lawyer, that's up to you, but I can't appoint one because you make too much money. So you can either hire a lawyer, or you come back and find out at the next hearing. They should have more information then about what they're going to be seeking in this case, and then you can decide if you need a lawyer or not. But that's up to you. But I can't appoint one because you're not financially qualified to get a lawyer appointed. So not guilty plea is entered.
This is an M4, Your
It's an M4, so I got to come back pretty quick, so we have rules on when it has to be tried, and this one has to be tried pretty quickly, unless you want more time. When would you like to come back, Mr. Hall?
It doesn't matter.
Okay. I mean, I can set it in a week, next Monday, if you want to come back that quick.
Maybe 2 weeks.
Okay, 2 weeks. And now, one thing I want you to understand, since you're asking for 2 weeks, I'm going to agree with that, but that time then doesn't run against the state. They have a certain time frame which they have to try your case, but if you want 2 weeks, I'll give you 2 weeks, but I'm not going to say that runs against them as far as counting their time for when they have to bring you to trial. You understand that?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to set 2 weeks is going to be September. Well, it's probably going to have to be the 3rd, because I think that's a 2 weeks would be, yeah, that's going to be on Labor Day. Court's closed on Labor Day, so that's actually going to be a Tuesday. You can be here on Tuesday, September 3rd?
September the 3rd?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. So your next hearing is Tuesday, September 3rd. There'll be a pretrial then, and I'd ask the state to try to get the information from the little girl's family as to what they want for the medical bills or anything like that. They need to make that known at the next hearing. I'm going to let you sign a signature bond of $500. That just means you're promising to come to court. If you don't show up, then you owe $500 to the court for not showing up. Do you have any questions, Mr. Hall?
No.
Okay. September 3rd, 10 o'clock, and that's just agreeing that your time constraints are stayed while we go this next 2 weeks. Next hearing, September 3rd, 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock?
Yes, sir, September 3rd. There we go.
State of Ohio versus Danielle Lynn Justice, case number CRB 24126, CRD 24520.
All right, this is Danielle Justice, and Mr. Thompson's representing her. It's actually was on the docket for the 26th. We wanted to move it up because we thought there might be a resolution today that would work for everybody concerned. And I understand this is Danielle's mother that's here today. Danielle's at River Park Hospital.
Yes.
So she's in Huntington. Now, I'm correct, she was at Beckley or Bluefield or somewhere down in southern West Virginia at one point at a facility there?
Kentucky, then Beckley.
Yeah, okay. So how's the state want to proceed?
Well, we had a discussion about this prior to the court today, and it's my understanding that, what's your name, ma'am?
Deanna.
Her mother, Deanna Allen, wants her to come home?
Yes.
You think she's ready to come home?
She says that she is.
Well, you know her better than we do. Is that good enough?
Well, she definitely sounds better, and the hospital had their evaluation Thursday.
Do they want to let her go?
1 more week, I think they said.
Don't you think we ought to listen to them?
Or it could be this week. I wasn't quite sure to say if they're going to let her out this week or it was actually next week, because I think they were trying to follow the Monday order of the court.
So we would not oppose an order if there needs to be one that says that she can be released at the hospital's discretion. And actually, you want her to come back with you?
Yeah, she can come stay.
If they're under the impression that she's ordered there by this court, we wouldn't oppose an order that would just clear that out.
Mr. Thompson?
I'm in agreement. We're in agreement.
Okay, and you and Mr. Heel draft judgment entry to that effect, and I'll execute, which basically I'm going to defer to the expertise of the hospital when they think she's ready to come home, and I'm fine. If you're going to accept her, then she can be discharged to come home. And then at that point, is the case going to be dismissed, or do you want to come back for another hearing?
We will be able to dismiss the charges, Your Honor.
Okay. Just so I don't lose track of it, I'm going to put it on the docket, so it sounds like in a few weeks that's going to happen, probably sooner than that. How about the September 9th, and then if she's already home and there's no further problem, we'll just dismiss the case then. So you're agreeable to that, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay. September 9th is the next hearing.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Jeremiah Whaley, case number CRB 24186. State of Ohio versus Zoe Lee, case number CRB 24185.
We've got Mr. Smith represents Jeremiah Whaley, and, well, we've got both Mr. Smith. We've got Roger Smith on Zoe Lee and Tyler Smith on Jeremiah Whaley.
Judge, I spoke with my client. She indicates there's been no further problems. I think the state would confirm that. She will need some time to pay the $150 court cost. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
You'll pay that.
Yeah.
And how we want to, but I think we're good as far as there's been no further problems.
All right, was there a cost being sought on both cases, or one case, or how?
I thought it was one, but I think it might have been two.
I think we said two this time, and I don't remember why, but that's what my
Well,
notes
that's the
indicated.
note,
Yeah.
it looks like it's Judge Fermin's note, not mine.
Yeah, that's who we went in front of last time.
So,
Your
Tyler,
Honor, it's my understanding that there hasn't been any problems. Do you believe you can pay the cost this week?
I get paid Thursday. I can come in Thursday and pay it.
Okay, it
okay,
should be.
let's go a month out, and then if it's dismissed, they can, or paid, they don't have to appear in case it be dismissed.
That's fine. They'll come back.
September 20th,
That's fine, Your Honor.
You got till September 20th.
be dismissed if their costs are paid without appearance.
Pay it. Between now and then, we'll have to come back.
Ohio versus recalls Kyle Archer, case number CRB 21605.
It's Mr. Thompson's case. This is a recall. Mr. Bertram, from the face of it, appears missed a hearing almost 3 years ago on a pretrial. He's, looks like, did he get arrested and had to post a bond, or he just came in on his own?
I just come in, sir.
Well, I don't have this one out. You have to look it up.
Oh, this is a domestic.
I'm typing up the entry for you. Give me a kind of,
Your Honor?
Yes.
May I approach?
Yes.
This is in the file.
That's just a withdrawal of the warrant since he's shut up, Judge.
So it's just a warrant, so that's right. Could we ask for a week continuance just to get this figured out?
Well, is that reasonable, or you need more time? You'll have to run down the complaint verdict.
Yeah, we'll have to get the file out and run down.
So how about
Try and do it today.
3 weeks, maybe?
We could try to do it today, for that matter. If we have the file, it's a 21 file.
Do you have contact information?
Well, I don't know. What's his name? I'm sorry.
Kyle Bartram.
Kyle Barker. We can try to do it today.
Is there a problem with? Is there a problem with continuing it a short amount of time?
No, I'm just trying to make things easier. Not for
Want to recall it?
Jasmine necessarily,
Okay, we can recall it. I don't know if he has any contact information, if he still has a relationship with this person, he could give that to the prosecutor. The case will be recalled.
The alleged victim.
No, I've not spoken to her in 2-3 years.
All right, we'll recall it later in the docket, so see what's safe to find out.
Your Honor, we're ready to go to the Lawrence County Jail.
Okay, we have some hearings by teleconference we're going to do.
State of Ohio versus James D. Berry at the Lawrence County Jail, case number CRB 24519 A and B. And Rachel Helmer is on deck.
Sir, are you James Berry? Good. Can you hear me, Mr. Berry?
Yeah.
I'm Judge Capper at the Lawrence County Municipal Court in Chesapeake. This is your arraignment hearing. You have a right to remain silent. You don't have to say anything. If you choose to make statements, they're all being recorded so they can be used against you if you admit something about your case. You have a right to have an attorney, to have one appointed if you can't afford one, to have bail, to make the state prove these charges beyond a reasonable doubt. Do you understand those things?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you've got two charges, theft and trespass. It's alleged in the 519A case that on August the 18th, you purposely tried to deprive Sharisa Monique Snyder of property without her consent. That's a first-degree misdemeanor, maximum penalty 6 months in jail, $1,000 fine. And that on the same time and place, without the right to do so, you entered on land or premises of another person. That's a trespassing charge. It's a fourth-degree misdemeanor. Maximum penalty is 30 days in jail, $250 fine. You understand these two charges, theft and trespassing?
Yes.
How do you wish to plead to these charges?
Not guilty, sir.
you want a lawyer appointed to represent you?
Yes, sir.
Do you have a job?
I do handyman service around there, sir.
I have to determine your gross annual income. How much do you make in an average week?
Well, I've been taking care of my father-in-law, but he takes 24-hour care, so I just get out and about, I cut grass and stuff like that, so, probably stuff, maybe a couple hundred every couple weeks, something like that.
Okay, well, you're eligible for court-appointed lawyer then. So I'll appoint Mr. Thompson to represent you. He's here, he heard your arraignment, he's in the courtroom now.
Your Honor.
Yes.
I'm sorry, may I approach?
Yes. Okay. All right, Mr. Thompson has some health issues that may interfere with him taking appointments for a while, so I won't appoint him. I'll appoint Mr. Smith, Roger Smith.
Judge, you have a work in the past, and I've got a good record, so we appreciate it if you did that for me again.
Mr. Hill, what's your position on bond for Mr. Beard?
The state's not opposed to an OR bond, but we would want, as part of his bond, that he would stay away from this property.
Absolutely.
Okay, no problem for you then to stay away from the complaining party in this case, and whose last name is Snyder, and her property? You can do that, sir?
Absolutely.
Okay, you're not living together or anything like that?
Sir?
You're not living at her residence or anything like that?
No.
Okay. I'm going to order you stay away from her, don't go around her, don't contact her, don't post anything about her on social media. And then, so I'm giving you a signature bond of $1,000, and you understand what that means, right? You understand what a signature bond is?
Yes.
Okay, and then now we're going to pick a date to come back. So, Mr. Smith, I'm looking in September, probably 6th, 13th, 16th. Any of those 3 dates work?
The best of those three, the 16th is better for me.
Okay, your next hearing, Mr. Berry, is going to be September 16th. So that is the third Monday in September at the court in Chesapeake at 10 a.m. You're supposed to be here then for your hearing. Do you have a contact where Mr. Smith can get a hold of you?
Sir?
Do you have a contact where Mr. Smith can get a hold of you?
861-6452.
6450. Okay, you're going to get a jail day, so I'll call you sometime this week. We'll talk about your case, okay?
Okay, that's my girlfriend's phone.
Okay.
What's her name?
Robert. Okay. I'll give you a call this week. Thank you.
All right, September 16th is your next hearing, Mr. Berry. This will be your only notice. You have to be here September the 16th, 10 a.m.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's all.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Rachel M. Helmut, case number CRA 24518. Douglas S.
Ma'am, are you Rachel Helmer? Okay. Are you Rachel Helmer?
Yes.
Ms. Helmer, I'm Judge Capper at the Orange County Municipal Court, which is in Chesapeake, Ohio. Your hearing is happening here in the court. You're on a monitor that's in the courtroom, and it's all being recorded. So if you make statements, what you say is all going on the record. It can be used against you. You have a right to remain silent. You don't have to say anything. You have a right to have an attorney. You have one appointed if you can't afford one. You have a right to bail and to make the state prove the charges against you beyond a reasonable doubt. Do you understand those things?
Yes, sir.
You're charged with burglary. It's alleged that on August the 16th, 2024, in Cary Township, by force, stealth, or deception, you trespassed in an occupied structure with the purpose to commit a criminal offense in that structure. So that's burglary. It's a felony 4. It carries a maximum penalty of 18 months in jail and a $5,000 fine. Do you understand the charge against you?
Yes, Judge.
Do you have money to hire a lawyer?
No, sir.
Do you have a job?
No, sir.
Do you have no income?
No, sir.
Okay, I'm going to appoint Mr. Steyer to represent you. Mr. Steyer in his office?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Mr. Steyer has heard your arraignment, so he knows what you're charged with. So now we're going to talk about bond for you. I've got an Ironton, Ohio address for you, is that right?
I am currently homeless.
Okay.
To clarify, Your Honor, I heard Burner, I didn't hear the degree.
It's an F4.
Okay.
Where are you from? Where are you from originally? Where's your home area?
Here in Ohio.
And you want to be more specific?
I got me and me and my family wasn't getting along, and
I didn't ask you that. I just want to know where you're from.
What town are you from?
I'm sorry, Ironton.
Ironton, okay. What's the state's position on bond for this?
Your Honor, we have another case with her. The last thing I have was set for July the 19th.
I was looking at that, I actually represented her on that as well, and I'm looking at July 19th, and it says, and there was a finding of guilty on that case. I think that case is over.
Looks like there was community service and a no contact order involving Johnny Smith.
I looked her up on my phone when I heard her name, and because I did recall that I'd represented her recently, but it looks like that case has been completed.
Yeah, she has a review hearing on January the 10th of 2025.
So, according to this affidavit, it sounds like she went in somebody's house and they didn't know who she was. She thought she was at her uncle's house. At least that's what this reads.
Well, I wonder, I don't want to prejudge cases or anything like that, but it sounds like a circumstances that could have at its root substance use, and maybe she needs some treatment and a place to live.
Let me ask this question, ma'am. Do you have a medical card?
Yes, I do.
In Ohio, I would assume?
Yes, I do.
Would you be interested in being looked at for treatment that, has the side effect of maybe give you a place to stay on a short-term basis at least?
Yes, I would.
Okay, I'm going to ask then that, does anyone have a bed available?
I'm going to, would you be agreeable to faith-based treatment?
Yes, sir. That would be great.
Okay, I'm going to refer to Bethesda. Have you been to treatment before?
Yes, sir.
Where?
I believe it was St. Joseph.
So that wasn't in this area then?
I cannot recall what, it might have been Pathways.
Okay. Taylor, you need to do an assessment?
Yes, please.
Okay, so I'm going to have someone call and talk to you about getting you into treatment, and then after that happens, we'll talk more about your bond and conditions of you going to treatment.
Yes, sir.
And also, you can talk to your lawyer during this time frame too. So, Mr. Starr, I'll entrust you with the court's file. When you're ready, let the bailiff know. We'll recall it and get Ms. Helmer back on the teleconference and decide how we're going to go forward. So you have a couple people to talk to before I see you again.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Douglas Hess, case number CRA 2473, CRB 2474, and Shanna Lockhart is on deck.
This was, Mr. Morford, this was your client. My notes before, okay, here he is. It's alleged that he failed to appear for a preliminary hearing in this court on May the 3rd of 2024. And my notes were that he had left treatment sometime before then. He had been at OVP.
This is this guy.
Do you want me to call in, Judge, and see what his...
Well, I guess one thing we could ask is what's the state, does he have a position yet, or whether you're still willing to try to keep it here, or do you want to send it on to your injury? Or do you know? Looks like the charge, F5 possession of drugs from February, methamphetamine.
So,
and looks like there's also maybe a theft from Walmart charge.
he was, he failed to appear here back in May, and he ended up in jail apparently in West Virginia and in Calhoun County. And I have a waiver of his extradition back here that was on August the 13th. So he's been picked up there, and now he's back here. I also see, or I believe anyway, that he pled to the theft offense back in February of this year.
Yes.
And so we don't have an opposition to keeping it here, getting the treatment, and dealing then also with the possession charge as we typically would.
Okay. I'm going to entrust you, Mr. Morford, with the court's file. One thing I would say is my predisposition is going to be that he has to have an ankle monitor now, since he's left treatment once before and didn't appear. You need to explain to him how that ups the ante. If he's non-compliant and cuts it off, he's going to prison, in my experience. Okay, so we'll recall that after. You're going to talk to your lawyer, sir, and then we'll recall it after that happens.
Yes, sir.
State of Ohio versus Shannon D. Lockhart, case number CRB 24516, CRB 23776, CRB 14298 A and B, CRA 16575. And Vicki Price is on deck.
Ma'am, are you Shanna Lockhart?
Yes, sir.
I'm Judge Capper at the Lawrence County Municipal Court. This is your arraignment hearing.
Yes, sir.
You have a right to remain silent. You don't have to say anything. If you choose to make statements, what you say, though, is on the record. It can be used against you if you admit something about your case. You have a right to have an attorney, to have one appointed if you can't afford one. You have a right to bail and to make the state prove charges beyond a reasonable doubt. Do you understand those things?
Yes, sir.
So there's a few files here, so we're going to go over all of them. The most recent is case number 24516, and it's a theft from Walmart case. It alleges that on August the 18th of this year in Fayette Township, you purposely tried to deprive Walmart of property without their consent. It's a first-degree misdemeanor. Maximum penalty is 6 months in jail, $1,000 fine. Case number 23776 A and B is a traffic case. It alleges, it's been a little over a year ago, June 22nd, 2023, at 2:56 p.m. in Perry Township, that you were driving without a license. That's an unclassified misdemeanor. Maximum penalty is 500 hours community service, $1,000 fine, and that you were not wearing a safety belt. That's a mandatory $30 fine if found guilty. So that allegation is that you failed to appear for a sentencing hearing August 22nd, 2023. A warrant was issued for you failing to appear. There's case number 14298. That had also been set for a review hearing last fall, and so as you didn't show up for that hearing, and that was on a conviction for theft and trespassing. Which was also a Walmart theft offense from 10 years ago. And there's 16,575. So as you failed to appear also in September of last year for a review hearing on that, was a attempted trafficking in drugs charge from 2016.
Yeah,
And a falsification charge.
I've been a recovering addict for almost 6 years now. The reason I failed for the, I didn't come to court the last hearing on, you wanted me to get my license and come back. I was currently pregnant and I ended up having a premature baby because I have congestive heart failure from using drugs 6 years ago.
How's your baby now?
She's still having seizures and stuff, so.
Where is she? Who has custody?
Her father.
Okay. Well, do you understand the charges against you?
Yes, sir.
And you understand your rights?
Yes, sir.
How do you plead to these charges?
Guilty.
Sounds like you still are having a problem with substances?
No, I've been 6 years clean.
Okay. So if we did a urine screen today, you're going to be clean?
Yes, sir.
Let's do a urine screen.
Okay.
I'll have you do a urine screen. I want to see the results, and then I'll decide what your sentence should be.
I am on Suboxone, but I go to the clinic.
Okay, well, if you're on Suboxone, that's going to show up in your screen. That's, that can be acceptable, but there's a lot of people taking it off the street too. So how do you get Suboxone? Where do you get it from?
I go to OVP on 6th Avenue in Huntington.
Okay, well,
My doctor is Julie.
we have somebody here from ODP. Brianna, can you check on her? Let me give you the information. Shanna D. Lockhart.
Yeah, I'll check on it, Your Honor.
You want a date of birth or anything?
Yes, please.
Shanna Lockhart, date of birth 11/18/92.
And my doctor's name is Julie.
I'll call over there, thank you.
Okay, I'll have you back up when we get some more information about how we're going to proceed, and I want you in the meantime to go do your urine screen.
State of Ohio versus Vicky L. Price, case number CRB 24493, CRB 24470, CRB 24451, and Toby Pack is on deck.
Toby Pack, we're going to need to check with Vicky about where his warrant is. Because the lady that does those doesn't work on Fridays, so Boyd County. All right, so she didn't postpone.
No, and I've been in some contact with her daughter. I think it's unlikely that's going to happen. At this point, last week I went ahead and filed and served the suggestion of competency evaluation and the not guilty but reasonable insanity plea. I don't know if any arrangements have been made to have the evaluations done. If there's an upside right now, it's that, we know where she is and can get those done once they're scheduled.
I believe the name now is Southern Ohio Forensic Evaluation Service. I've just seen that in the order that Spud said.
Okay.
It's not court clinic anymore. But, the order's been entered for the evaluation. I made an order that she did make bond, it would be with a GPS monitor, but that didn't happen. Further, there was an order that she had no contact with the complaining parties. So, in my experience, and I think you have this experience too, Mr. Sorry, it's going to take a little while for that evaluation.
It's usually at least a matter of weeks.
So how do you want to proceed?
My position at this point, Your Honor, is that I believe that once those documents have been filed, the case is stayed until such time as there's a report to be entered. So I'm not saying just to let it go off the docket entirely. I think that's a wise idea, but I think we probably want to go, I'd say 3 weeks to a month out to set it again, simply because I don't expect anything will happen before that point.
Mr. Hill?
I agree with that, and if there was any mention of the bond, we think it should stay where it's at.
Currently, it's $5,000 cash or surety with GPS monitoring.
And I'm not asking at this time to revisit that.
All right, so we'll go out 3 weeks from the next hearing. So that's the 9th.
I'm on the docket that day already, so that's a perfect day for it.
September 9th will be the next pretrial at 10 a.m.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Your Honor, we have some cases to recall at the jail, but we're not ready to do that now yet.
Okay. This is Mr. Pack, I believe. He can just sit there because someone from the prosecutor's office. Okay. Mr. Pack, the prosecutor is checking on the status of your governor's warrant now, so, and we'll just have you stay there. We're going to take some cases up here at the court. And who is Mr. Pack? He has a lawyer, I believe. Is he not a lawyer? Mr. Morford, okay.
State of Ohio versus Kyle Bartram on a recall, case number CRB 21605.
In this case, the prosecutor was trying to see if they could get a hold of the complaining party to determine how they wish to proceed. It's an older case.
So the report did not include a telephone. I think that'd be the first thing they would get, but sometimes they don't.
Okay, 3 weeks then, because you probably have to mail.
Yes.
A letter to the complaining party. So that will be the 9th of September. You available then, Mr. Thompson?
Yes, sir.
You may have already said something.
Is that a Monday?
That's a Monday.
Yes, thank you.
September 9th will be the next hearing, be pre-trial, 10 o'clock.
State of Ohio versus Jennifer Cooper, case number CRB 23506, CRC 231127, A, B, and C, CRA 23507. This is set for 17, Your Honor. Mr. Thompson asked me to be called up.
This is set for sentencing. Has still a felony pending with plea guilty to prior misdemeanors. She's at RRS. That's a good report.
Your Honor, she's actually eligible to complete, but she's chosen to stay in treatment.
Yeah, I saw that in the report. Which I applaud that. It's what you need. So does the state feel comfortable at this point dismissing the felony and letting the court go ahead and sentence her on a misdemeanor?
Yes, Your Honor, we do.
Mr. Thompson, anything you wish to impart?
Well, my client has done everything that she's been asked to do. She's manned up, so to speak, and
Womaned up.
womaned up. And so, as reasonable as possible, Your Honor, is what we would ask for.
Okay, it is a first offense, so that makes it a little easier. It sounds like you've recognized that this is something you have to work on from now on. So,
Absolutely.
I applaud that. That's good self-awareness. I think it is true.
Yes.
It doesn't mean you can't be successful. And the thing, this was from, it's been about a year.
Yes, Your Honor.
And so you've been successful for a year, clean for a year. So that's wonderful and great, and I applaud it. But one of the things with I guess we should say that's a cautionary tale about this. The experts tell me, and I have an expert in addiction medicine that advised me that someone clean for a year, 50-50 chance of relapse at this point. So I mean, you're not out of the woods.
I know that.
There's a significant chance of relapse at a year of sobriety. The longer you go, the longer you're in recovery, the higher the percentages become that you're going to stay there. So that's what we're shooting for.
Yes.
Is this long-term recovery from now on.
Absolutely.
So that's what you have to work on. And I'm not going to stand, well, you're still going to have a review hearing, but it's not, I'm not going to be standing over you as much as we have in the last year. So you're still going to be on probation, but I'm not going to have you come back as much. But I'm trusting you. You have to do this for yourself.
Absolutely.
And the people that love you and the people you love are all affected by what you do, right?
Yes.
You understand that? So.
Absolutely.
Okay, anything you want to tell me before I send you on 23/11/27 A, B, and C?
I just want to thank you for giving me this opportunity. It's changed my life completely.
Thank you for taking advantage of the opportunity.
Absolutely.
To make the change. And good luck going forward. I think you're on the right path. I think you should continue with doing the outpatient kind of things. You're still engaging in MAT, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm going to give you the minimum fine since you've done so well on your treatment, so that's $375. $375 is the minimum. Where are you to pay the court costs? 6-month license suspension. That has to start the date of the incident, or today, because you didn't have an automatic license suspension. So you got a 6-month license suspension now. Have you been driving, or what's your?
Yeah, I have to drive. Like I have to go to my meetings and things like that. And I have an autistic son and a 2-year-old granddaughter that I help take care of.
I'm going to give you driving privileges.
Okay.
So that's, I'll order that you have driving privileges for treatment, for community service, which I'm going to order, for child care. Are you employed?
No, I get a check being my autistic son's primary caregiver.
Okay.
And I'm in the process of getting custody of my soon-to-be stepson from Cabell. I
Okay.
just filed
I'll
for
make
custody.
it, and also for court proceedings. So you're going to have a piece of paper from me that says I can drive for these reasons, but you're going to be suspended. So the best thing to do, as I tell people, is don't get pulled over, and it's not that hard.
Right.
Use your turn signal, obey the traffic laws, don't speed. Because When you get pulled over, then you got a bunch of explaining. It's going to show up suspended, but then you got this order from me saying you're allowed to drive for these reasons, and you're going to have to show you're within your rights to be driving.
Thank you.
So, and that's mandatory. It's not like I'm making this up.
Okay.
The license suspension is a mandatory part of the sentence.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I can
I'll give you 20 days in jail, but I'm going to suspend all of it on the conditions you do the things I'm requiring you to do. One of them is community service. You got 5 days of community service to do. I do that on all ODIs, so you're getting the same thing everybody else would.
Okay.
You can do that here at the court. We have a community service program that 6 days a week at 7:30 a.m. You can do it here any of those days.
I just show up?
Just show up.
Okay.
On the west side of the building is where they'll report to.
Okay.
I'll set a review hearing for you in November. Let's make it November the 15th. So, as I said, I'm having you still come back, but it won't be as often.
Okay.
And I'd like to see that you're still at RRS than staying clean. So you're subject to, I could order you to do a urine screen then too, if I found it was worthwhile. So yeah, well, I'll make a level 4 probation. One thing I am going to do for you, I'm going to, and assuming the state doesn't object, you've done so much treatment, there's a mandatory 3-day school. You've done way more than 3 days, so I'm going to suspend that.
Thank you.
You don't have to go to the driver intervention program, is what it's called. So you've done more than 3 days. So we'll say that stands for you going to the dip school. And that saves you $400 or $500 probably.
Thank you.
Okay. You had a safety belt, that's a mandatory $30 fine. So wear your safety belt, it's a smart thing to do, and now it's a primary offense. So if you've seen driving without, used to they couldn't pull you over for just that, now they can pull you over for not wearing your safety belt. So then that leads to all the other explaining about why I'm driving. So wear your safety belt because it's a smart thing to do, but also you don't want to avoid getting pulled over. And I'll dismiss the parking. You had a parking violation, I'll dismiss it.
Yes.
Okay, so you need to see Mr. Major to go over your probation and get your paperwork from him, and then you're free to go. Any questions? And November 15th is your review date.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Well, good job. And her felony is dismissed.
Thank you, Your Honor.
CRA 507, 23507. There was a 506, what was 23? I'll dismiss 506 too. 506, 507 are dismissed.
State of Ohio recalls Toby Pack at the Lawrence County Jail, case number CRA 24326. And Rachel Helmer is on deck.
This is the extradition, right?
Kentucky said they've done everything on their part. They're waiting on our higher governor to respond.
Okay. Here's the notes. Mr. Pack is here from Jasmine. She spoke to Melissa Lambert, who works in the Commonwealth Attorney's Office in Boyd County, who handles extraditions. She says their governor's office has issued the warrant and it's gone to the Ohio governor. So we're waiting on a response from them. I wonder if there's a way we can see where it is in the Ohio governor's office.
Your Honor, she said she emailed the letter and what they have to Dorothy this morning.
Okay.
So Dorothy probably has in her email contact information.
Mr. Morford.
Judge, I guess we'll wait on the governor's warrant.
Okay.
We're halfway there, at least, hopefully.
It shouldn't take that long then.
Thank you, Lord.
When do you want to come back, Mr. Morford? Do you have a suggested date?
A couple weeks maybe, Judge.
Are you going to be here? The 2nd is actually a holiday. Will you be here on the 3rd?
I can't be it.
Okay. We'll set it for September 3rd is a Tuesday. Next hearing for Mr. Pack is September 3rd, 10 o'clock.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Rachel M. Helmer, case number CRA 24518. Douglas Hess is on deck.
Okay, Ms. Helmer was being evaluated for treatment. Mr. Steyer is her lawyer, and Taylor at the test was evaluating.
We can take her today.
And she's willing to go, she's interested in treatment. So I would ask for an OR bond with treatment as a requirement. She'll be out of jail, so we have 15 days to come back. I don't know if we want to wait that long anyway, so I figure we can just set sometime in the next 2 weeks, get back in here and see where she is.
It maybe would be 15 days because the 2nd is a holiday. You want to set it on the 3rd?
That'd be fine, Your Honor.
All right, I'll make an order that Ms. Helmer be released to Bethesda for inpatient treatment as a condition of her bond. Set bond at $2,500 signature bond. So, I don't think this has been said, but I'm assuming the state might be inclined to leave her case here in this court, not take it to the grand jury if she's successful in treatment.
It's going to require us to make sure that we make contact with the alleged victim and find out more specifics, but
okay.
It's a possibility. Yes.
You're not committing to that at this point. So, Ms. Helmer, I think your lawyer would be on board with this for me to tell you that the only possible result from your going to treatment and doing really well is to help your case in every possible way. There's no downside for you doing well in treatment. So there is a lot of downside if you go to treatment and fail or leave or run away, then that makes your case much worse, I think, both legally and for you as far as your sobriety goes. So there's a lot of downside to failing in treatment. There's no downside to being successful in treatment. So you have a chance to maybe avoid this going on your record if you do really well at treatment. Okay,
Thank
so
you, Your
you're
Honor.
going to get released today to go to inpatient at Bethesda, then we'll see you back in a little over 2 weeks, September 3rd, for a preliminary hearing.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Douglas Hess, Lawrence County Jail, case number CRA 2473, CRA 2374, Shannon Lockhart is on deck.
Douglas Hess is Mr. Morford's case. You had a chance to talk with him. This was a case where he had failed to appear back in the
I've talked with him, Judge. He believes that his date to come back to court was lost in a shuffle of mail between his house and his parents, who he was taking care of. I also believe he's under maybe a misunderstanding as to the graduation requirements of OVP. OVP has arranged for Shawnee Mental Health to take him long-term inpatient.
Shawnee.
Yes.
And he's agreeable to that.
Yes.
Is that correct, Mr. Hess? And
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor.
I think I said previously that a GPS monitor would be warranted. Is the state on board with that?
Yes, Your Honor.
You can do it with a monitor at Shawnee?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to set a new bond for you of $10,000 OR.
Thank you, Your Honor.
With the condition that you go to inpatient at Shawnee with an ankle monitor. So I have to, my conscience makes me really go over this with you because we've had several people that have done this before in the past with ankle monitors, and I don't, now every one of them, I give them some form of this speech, and no one yet has ever said, don't worry, Judge, well, they always say, I won't cut the ankle monitor off. No one yet has said, I'm going to cut my ankle monitor off. You know that, don't you? But here's what I want to make sure you understand. This is no joke.
Yes, sir, I understand.
Well, just listen to me. Humor me and listen to me because if this happens to you, I don't want to have a guilty conscience thinking, I don't think I really warned him enough. You will go to prison if you cut the ankle monitor off. Can I say it any plainer than that? It'll be out of my control because adult probation places the ankle monitors. They get really mad. They're an agency of the common police court where your case will go to. If they're going to charge a really serious charging issue for cutting an ankle monitor, everybody that's done it, and I've had a few do it, are in prison right now. So I'm not joking around.
Yes, sir, Your Honor, I understand.
So don't delude yourself into thinking, well, and I had one guy say, oh, we didn't think you were really serious about that. It's not me. I don't get to make that decision. It'll be out of my hands, and you will go to prison if you cut the ankle monitor off. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir, Your Honor, I do.
So under no circumstances do you do that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm releasing you to go to inpatient at Shawnee with a GPS monitor. Come back on, I think I just set you for September 3rd. Let's do that date. September 3rd, I'll see you in a couple weeks, roughly, for your next hearing. So do what you're, get good reports there. Do what you're supposed to do.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you for
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Kennedy Lockhart, case number CRB 24516, CRB 23776 A and B, CRB 14298 A and B, CRA 16575, CRB 16576.
Okay, she was correct. She tested positive for buprenorphine only.
And she is a patient at OVP Health on 20th Street, and she is prescribed the medication through there. And she's compliant with treatment.
All right, thank you for that report, Mrs. DeMint.
You're welcome.
You say she goes to Huntington?
Yes.
Are you living in Huntington now? Where do you live?
No, I live in Irvington on First Street here in Irvington.
So same address, 2829 South 4th Street?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, you pled guilty, so now I'm for sentencing. Can you explain to me what happened, why this happened, and what was in your mind?
Okay, so Destiny Pratt is my baby's father's baby mother. And she called me to go shopping for her little girl some clothes for school. So I told her that we would. And we got there, and it didn't go as it was supposed to. We wasn't supposed to steal anything. Everything was supposed to be paid for. And I'm not going to say it was her fault. I'm not going to say it was my fault. I don't want to say that to anybody. But it will never happen again.
Well, had, as I recall, I think you had a prior, didn't you have a prior shoplifting at Walmart back in the day?
Yeah, that's when I was on drugs. I'm currently not on drugs anymore. I don't do this type of stuff. This isn't me. I stopped doing that when I stopped getting high. So, like I said, this will not happen anymore.
Okay, well, so kind of goes, one of my things is who do you hang out with?
That's the thing, I don't hang out with nobody. This was just a up in the blue call, and I had a big heart, so I said yes.
Yeah, but
I stayed with myself and take care of my 8-month-old.
but now you're in jail,
Yes.
and you pled guilty, so I'm assuming it's true what you did do this, right? If you're not guilty, then tell me that, and I'll enter a not guilty plea, and we'll go on. I mean, if you weren't involved, if it was solely the other person, you shouldn't take a fall for somebody else's theft if you weren't involved in it.
I was with her, so I was involved. I knew about it, so therefore that's why I pled guilty.
If you participated in it, yes, you are equally guilty, but if you weren't participating, then you're not guilty, or you may be not guilty. So, you want to talk to a lawyer about it?
No, I'd just rather go ahead and get it done and over with. I want to go home to my baby.
Well, the other lady, Miss Pratt, she's out. She must have posted a bond, 'cause I think I arraigned her today, and she's not in custody. You are, so that's not really my interest. My interest is doing justice here. So if you weren't involved, if you're telling me I wasn't involved, I'm just in the wrong place at the wrong time, then I'm going to enter a not guilty plea for you and get you a lawyer. Is that what you're telling me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'm going to enter a not guilty plea for you. I'm not going to accept your guilty plea. Now, you got some other explaining to do, though, because you had cases here that you failed to appear on in the past.
I was on drugs. I was just on drugs. That explains all that.
In 23, you were on drugs. June 22, 2023, you had a no operator's license and a safety belt violation.
No. I told you that when I came to court the first time, I was currently pregnant. Do you remember me telling you that?
I don't think it was me. You were in the traffic court. It wasn't in criminal court then. Because the notes are not my notes. It's from Judge Hall. So anyway, here's the thing. I mean, you failed to appear. So that's a problem. You failed to appear. And how am I going to guarantee that you're going to show up now?
You have my current address. I'm not going to show up. I'm going to show up, period.
We had your address before and you didn't show up.
I'm going to show up.
$2829 South 4th.
Yes, sir.
Who lives there with you?
I do, Your Honor.
What's your name, sir?
Stephen Baker.
What's the last name?
Baker, B-A-K-E-R.
See, I want to believe you, but I got these other cases. It wasn't just the traffic case. I mean, you had a case, the case that we talked about from 2014. You never finished it. And I understand you're saying you did that when you were under the influence of drugs. But part of getting clean and sober is you got to take care of the mess that you created in the past. It doesn't whitewash everything you did before because you're in recovery. That doesn't mean everything you did before is over with and forgotten. No, you still have to take care of the stuff you messed up on. And you didn't do that, did you?
No.
Okay. Since you are in Ironton, and since I can order and will make a special order for somebody to go pick you up, if you don't come to court, I'm going to let you out on a signature bond, and I'm going to give you a lawyer. Tyler Smith, he's over here. Okay, he's left. All right, Mr. Morford, I'll appoint you. To represent Ms. Lockhart. He has an office in Ironton, so you can get to his office pretty easily. You know where the city center is?
Yes.
Okay, his office is right there. He's going to need contact information. Well, you've got Mr. Baker, he can give you contact information. Is that your significant other?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so is it okay if Mr. Morford talks to him?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm taking a chance here by letting you out on a signature bond, because normally I wouldn't do that, because you tell me you're in recovery, you got this child, I'm going to give you another chance, but I'm not going to be happy if you don't show up.
I'm going to show up.
Okay. Let's make it that September 3rd date. So the day after Labor Day, you have to be here in court in Chesapeake at 10 a.m.
Yes, sir.
She can sign a $2,000 signature bond. And I want you to continue with your treatment that you're doing with your Suboxone while you're out. Okay, September 3rd, 10 o'clock is the next hearing.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, that finishes up in the jail.
State of Ohio recalls Robert Fox, case number TRC 24-1009.
Okay, he had a negative screen, so that's good. So we'll keep plugging along. September 23rd. Is that good for you, Mr. Thompson?
No, the 19th I'll be.
Oh, that's right. That should have that. Let's come back on the 16th, then. September 16th. September 16th, be set as a sentence.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Rodney L. Spears, case number TRC 24-1169. A and B. Your Honor,
Okay, this was on the trial docket, but it's fine, and there's a resolution agreed to.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Spears will plead guilty to the ACDA. I understand the state's going to dismiss the OVI.
Mr. Field.
And that is correct, Your Honor. We thoroughly reviewed and investigated the circumstances, and we really are short on the evidence that would be needed to prove the OVI. The other thing we were concerned about is that there were collisions with other vehicles, and there were 4 different vehicles that were hit. 3 of the people reported no injuries, and the other reported some neck and back paying. So there could possibly be some restitution issues, property damage, and maybe personal injury. And so we asked for the auto policy that would have covered the vehicle at that time or have covered Mr. Spears, and I really haven't had a chance to look at it closely.
I did provide it to him.
Yeah, we just got it this morning, and
I just got it.
so what was the vehicle, what kind of a vehicle was this?
Which vehicle was
It's
it?
a 2001 Blazer. I believe that was the year.
Yeah, that's what the report showed.
And the date was the
May 25th.
it's effective for. Okay, so that vehicle was covered. Yeah, we can make you a copy for the court file, but there was coverage. It's good.
So do you want to delay sentencing, or how do you want to proceed?
Well, we do, there could be deductibles involved, I guess.
Shouldn't be for the other parties, for him there would be.
Right, oh, that's right. Insurance is one of those things. Yeah, we go ahead and if you.
Has this been turned over to your company? They're aware of the accident?
Yes. They're aware of it, yes.
So that should cover that.
Yes.
Okay, so you want to go ahead and do the sentencing today then with the?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Anything from the defendant before sentencing?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Okay, I'll impose a $150 fine on court costs. Is that something you can do today?
Not today.
Not today, Your Honor.
Okay. I'll give him a final pay date,
Okay.
November 26th. So what will happen if you pay it before then, it's good. If you don't, it'll have been sent to the DMV. You'll get a license suspension on it for not paying it before then.
Yeah.
November 26th of this year. It's final pay. $150 fine, court cost, so it's going to be $300 total.
All right.
Was that meant to practice operation?
No, it's just the traffic, the assured clear distance ahead. The OBI is just dismissed. Yeah, dismissed outright.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
All right, that's it.
State of Ohio versus Heather Noel Summer, case number CRB 24174, A and B.
Ready for adjournment?
Yes.
Great, good.
It was 150.
150. Okay.
And the report saying she is compliant.
She is, Your Honor.
How do you want to proceed?
Just continue with their treatment, Your Honor.
Mr. Gill?
That's fine with us. She pled to the theft charge
Yeah.
back in June, and she's been in treatment, and apparently is doing very well, so we're happy with that.
Okay.
Did you have something you want to tell?
I just want to know that I'm going to make it because I will continue with Nina even after next court.
You can tell them that.
If I may, Your Honor?
Yes.
I just want to say thank you for the opportunity to get into the OVP counseling part because I've met a wonderful counselor and I will be continuing with her even if it's not court ordered or when it stops.
Okay.
So I'll be continuing with her.
Thank you for saying that. Glad it's helping. September 30th is the next hearing.
Yes, that'll work.
Sentencing, 10 o'clock.
Good job.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You are.
Thank you, sir.
State of Ohio versus Brandon B. Lovelace, case number TRC 241034, A, B, and C. Brandon Lovelace.
Attorney Roger Smith's case.
I've checked a couple of times, Judge. I don't know where he is. I did just receive the urine test results from the Highway Patrol this morning. I was going to ask for a continuance. I don't know the state's position if we come back in a week or issue a capious and try to get him that way in a week.
He's got 7 days to appear before.
Okay. I'll see what I can find out, Judge. Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Gary L. Clark, case number CRB 24168.
Mr. Murphy's case for today for pretrial.
Your Honor, I've spoken to Ms. Johnson, the alleged victim in this matter, and we had delayed this case, I think because she wasn't available. She'd been
I was in the hospital with pneumonia.
So she's out now, and she's able to tell us that there have been no further problems. And we had discussed dismissing the case if there were no further problems. We also normally are going to ask for court costs to be paid, but I believe that she's told me about their current financial situation, which would make it, I believe, maybe a hardship. And so we would ask to waive that requirement and go ahead and dismiss the charges.
Without cost?
Yes.
And there's no objection to that?
None.
Case is dismissed without cost.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Miriam Holland, case number CRB 23632.
Pretty good, yeah.
Mr. Morford's case, pretrial. First pretrial.
Your Honor, we continued this case to today. This is a 23 case, and the alleged victim, Mr. Holland, Bill Holland, I believe maybe it was Marion's father.
Yeah.
And he's elderly, and he would not easily be able to come to court to begin with, but he also says he wants the charges dismissed, and I hope that there's no further problems here between Marion and his father. I don't know if they still live together, but
Yes, we do.
and I think that Marion takes care of his father, which his father obviously needs. What we would like to do is just kind of hold on to this case a little bit longer and make sure that there aren't any further problems between them before we would agree to dismiss the charges.
Mr. Morgan?
We have no objections to that, Judge, and we would waive time.
November 15th, there's no further problems, it'll be dismissed then. Is that with or without cost?
We'd ask for the cost to be paid, Your Honor.
Is that agreeable?
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Dismiss on November 15th with cost paid. He doesn't have to appear then. If he's paid the court costs and there's been no further problems, he'll be dismissed on that day without his appearance. If he hasn't paid the cost or there's further problems, then he has to show up.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Ronald Ribby, case number CRA 24501.
Mr. Morford's case, pre-trial.
Butch.
I'm assuming he's not in jail. This is Kentucky extradition. They had until this morning at 8 a.m. to pick him up.
He has been picked up.
Okay, so this case will be dismissed. Defendant was picked up.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Melissa D. LeGrand, case number CRA 24513, CRB 24462.
Mr. Morford's case, she was supposed to be at Bethesda inpatient.
She was the young lady that was transported to King's Daughters, and she became violent with our staff. She actually attempted to punch one of our nurses. They called, and I called John Majors, and he couldn't go across the state line to get her because it wasn't safe for us to get her, and I have no idea where she's at.
Does she still have an ankle on her?
She does.
Well, this was a felony. Do you want to take it to the grand jury? Or how do you want to proceed? There's 2 felonies, it looks like.
She needs real mental health. Like
Yeah,
it's-
this might be a situation which the common police court could,
This one's a misdemeanor, and that's never
yeah. Okay, so she has a misdemeanor here.
She's the one that was in the church?
Yes.
Yes, she's also got a situation, of criminal damaging, let's see.
Vandalism.
Yeah, the vandalism and the breaking and entering have to do with the church. But she also has a situation, another criminal damaging charge. Well, she's got the GPS on, if it's still on.
Battery's probably run down.
Or it's right. Well, I sent her with her charger. I'm not for sure that she's probably one of the worst cases I've ever seen, like with reality. I'm concerned. King's Daughters didn't admit her, even though she was suicidal and homicidal. I have no idea. She literally, I have video after video. Nothing made sense. Like, she really needs to be pink slip, I think.
So she's just out there now. We don't have any idea where
We don't have any idea where she's
I
at.
think it'd be better if there was a warrant. At least it'd be a warrant instead of a nollie.
Okay. Wish you warrants from this court.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Judge.
We'll do that today. No reason to wait 7 days. So just do it today. And, yeah, these are all OR bonds. She doesn't have a bond left.
State of Ohio versus Kendra Stone King, case number CRB 24460.
All right, and ma'am, you're Miss Stone King.
Yes.
Do you have an attorney now?
No, I wasn't sure if I would for sure need one just yet.
Well, let's ask the prosecutor what they're seeking to do here. You tell Ms. Stone King what the state's wanting to accomplish here.
Yeah. So this is a cross-filing with Ms. Stone King's daughter, who is in juvenile court. In the juvenile court, they ordered her to do some counseling, which I understand she's doing.
Yes.
Is that like anger counseling or what?
With therapy, or they just said it was with a therapist, and then we've also agreed to do like family counseling as a unit as well, with just a different therapist.
Where are you going for that?
Grow by Grace in Ironton.
So it sounds to me like the best thing, in order to kind of integrate things for the sake of their family, that we would be in agreement with Ms. Stone King going to counseling, family counseling, and then bring us a report at a later date. And we'll also keep an eye on what happens in juvenile court. And, we would be looking at perhaps a dismissal of the charges if it, understanding that sometimes it's a child's behavior that gives rise to the problems in the home. And if that's the case, then obviously the family can benefit from the counseling, and maybe this is a case that we won't need to try to seek a conviction on, but we don't know yet.
Okay, do you understand what he's saying? So do some counseling, we'll come back, monitor it, and then possibly they would be willing to dismiss it down the road.
Yes.
Is that something you're interested in?
Yes.
You could, you have the right to say, no, I want a trial, and I want to make them bring me to trial quickly. You could say that. By agreeing that we're going to try counseling, you're waiving what's called speedy trial rights. You're agreeing, no, I don't want to have a trial right away. I want to try this counseling and see if that works. Is that a true statement?
Yes.
Okay. So, when we come back in a couple of months and see where things are.
Okay.
Are you working, ma'am?
Yes.
So what's best for your work schedule, Mondays or Fridays? It doesn't matter.
I mean, it doesn't matter. I can kind of fluctuate it.
Okay. So I'm going to go a couple of months out into October, set a hearing date for you. Let's make it the 18th of October. October 18, that's a Friday, will be your next hearing at 10 o'clock. So when you come back, we'd like to have some information about what's going on with the council.
Okay.
We'll need a time waiver.
Sign something with him saying you agree that this time doesn't count for speedy trial rights.
State of Ohio versus Nicholas Adkins, case number CRA 24294, CRB 24295, CRB 24293.
Make sure to bring it.
Smith's case, Mr. Atkins has been at OVP. We've got a report from OVP.
Last one's done.
Very good report. Good job. How's the state want to proceed?
Looks like a good report. One of the things we wanted to make sure of, the last time we were here, well, it wasn't the last time, but back in June, maybe it was the last time, the alleged victim on the menacing charge, Natasha Pleasant, actually was here and wrote a statement that she didn't want the protection order. But then what happened was she left before she could come before the court and let the court know that. So the protection order stayed in place, and it's still is. So I don't know, we don't want that to cause a problem.
Yeah, you've had no issues with her, but it still could if it's floating around out there. I don't know how we resolve that with her not.
Well, the state wants to represent something that she...
I would oppose that she wanted to, but left before they actually signed the paper. I have no objection to taking that at face value.
Her phone's been disconnected, that's the reason we haven't been able to follow up. But she, on June the 24th, she said, I pressed charges against Nicholas Atkins for menacing and I want them dropped. And then she explained that she wanted him to get treatment. So I think it's safe to do that.
All right.
We'll go ahead and do that.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
I'll drop the protection order issued in this case. Looks like it was on, yeah, it was on 24-293. Protection order dropped at the state's request. October 7th.
Judge, it's far enough up that should work. Actually, weird enough, I've got a wedding on a Monday in Moorhead, Kentucky. I don't understand it, but I did. I'm good, the 4th, I'm good.
October 4th then.
Yeah, okay.
October 4th, 10 o'clock. Next 10.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Jeremy A. McMillan, case number TRC 22-769 A, B, and C. TRC 20-2410 A, B, and C, and others.
Mr. Smith's case, Mr. McMillan is here.
Yes.
Just continue to follow him.
We have been doing that, Judge. And I'm hoping this is a good report. It's a good report.
Got a bad one either.
No, we got to take up the street. Remember that?
What is that? A year ago. A year ago.
It's been a journey. We're getting there.
16 months.
We got a script for that, so it's expected.
Okay, it's a good report. Looks like he's doing what he needs to do.
It does, Judge.
So we need to continue to do this at least until Al retires, which is the end of...
Which is the end of this year. We got about 4 or 5 more months left.
Sounds good.
Do you have to report to Cabell County at all?
First Thursday of every month.
Okay, so that's all going fine? Or not?
What, I didn't hear you?
I said, is that all going okay?
Yes, yes, sir.
I've seen him in the basement over there. We bump into each other sometimes in Cabell.
I'm there every Thursday, the first Thursday of the month.
All right. Well, let's come back on October the 4th.
Yes, that's fine.
October 4th will be your next hearing here.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Keep your nose to the grindstone. Well,
There we go.
State of Ohio versus Buford Jones, case number TRD 202767, A, B, and C, TRD 201795, A and B, TRD 2016. Mr. Steiger's case.
Your Honor, I think this is post-conviction, I haven't been reappointed.
okay, it's on sentencing. So it looks like he's got a bond up now. Yes. All right, there's still community service, though, and fines. What's going on with that?
I'm gonna pay 20 a day on it.
What about your community service?
Your Honor, he has done some. I don't know when the last time this folder was updated. Yeah, I should not bear me left. That guy only got like 18 hours left or something.
Okay,
I can go check real fast if you want.
that's okay. We'll let him keep going. It looks like he still has some time to go, so he'll be coming back regardless. Mondays or Fridays?
It don't matter.
Okay. September 30th, that's a Monday. Procedural.
I'll make sure his folder's updated.
Thank you. Okay, that's all.
Thanks, sir.
State of Ohio versus Nancy L. Day, case number TRD 211494, A and B.
It's on sentencing. That's clear now. Okay. Sounds like you're working on some stuff, so making progress.
She's paid recently on her fines as well.
Okay. And this is just on trying to get your license back, right?
Yes.
Is that, you still working on that?
Yes,
Making any progress?
yes.
Tell me about that.
Well, I got the holders released here, and at the mayor's court, I paid $600 here and $200 more this past week.
Okay.
And out Wayne, they dismissed all my charges out there, so I got that done, and everything's going great.
Okay, good. So when do you think you'll get your license back? We'll have
This
to
week,
retest?
I'm going to take the test,
You got
yeah.
a test? Okay, I'll set you for October the 7th. Your next hearing.
Okay,
Thank you, Your Honor.
thank you.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Haley Early, case number CRB 2480.
All right, this is Ms. Early's case set for sentencing. She's doing an outpatient OVP.
Yes, may I approach, Your Honor?
Yes. Do we need to do a screen today?
As far as I know, she has been compliant, but we could do one just in case.
Let's do one. Can't hurt. So let's do the screen. I'll just tell you, we come back, we'll talk about more, but since your last hearing, I contacted the folks at Project Hope, and I think I shared that with Kim or someone to share it with you. So they're interested in you, and they've taken note, and sometimes I think, well, you don't want to aggravate people too much, they may not want you around, but they actually said the more interest you show, because you've been contacting them, the more likely it is you're going to get in there, so.
Yeah, they said there's 2 pregnant girls ahead of me.
Okay. Well, you don't need to try to match them.
Right.
Aren't better playing. We'll just sit and wait, but I think you're gonna make it. So go do a screen, come back, we'll finish it up.
State of Ohio versus Gavin Montgomery, case number PRC 239037.
Mr. Steyer's case,
Just 2 copies of it? Okay. Your Honor, I'm going to send forward a copy of paperwork. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Hill. That his license has been reinstated in Kentucky.
After he is my copy to keep.
Yes. Sure. Well, let's see. Give me a chance to read that then. Say something. Okay. I'm gonna have that.
Okay, so where are we? This is a case that's over a year old now.
Your Honor, it was originally an OVI. There was an agreement to reduce the charge on the condition that he complete the DIP school. That has been something we've had some trouble with due to the expense involved. He was basically, the job he was working cut his hours to the point that he was barely able to make rent. I'm not sure what his status at this point is. I think he paid the deposit, but has not, but as of the last time we talked, he hadn't yet gotten to complete the class. Has that changed?
So I do want to say that last time we were here, since then I have been able to get a different job. It's paying me a little bit better. I transferred to Longhorn from serving at Olive Garden to an hourly based position there. So I figured I'd take this last month since we were here last time to get my driver's license, so that way I wouldn't have to pay a Safeway to take me all the way to Chillicothe for the class. I've also reached out to Lawrence County Recovery here, and they said that they were starting a DIP program here that might be a little bit more affordable. I called them last time after we left here.
More affordable, I don't think.
Well, she said that
Maybe they have a scholarship or something.
well, she said that they offered spots for people through this court specifically, and they could maybe work with you on that. Last time the spots were filled, the class was just this past weekend, so I was planning on calling again today after I leave here and seeing if I could possibly get one of those spots. It'd be a little bit more affordable than dropping to Chillicothe, just going across the bridge to Ironton and doing it there.
And Your Honor, when we started the process of trying to get him into the class, at that time, there wasn't one here. So this goes back far enough to before LCR restarted the local class. So I don't know, we'd like to ask for one more continuance at this point. I think he's made some progress, even though we haven't gotten complete. I think he's made some serious progress. So I'm going to ask for one more continuance of an amount of time the court deems appropriate.
October the 18th.
Let me make sure I don't have a trial that day. I know we got a couple things in October, but I can't remember which dates specifically. I don't know I don't think there's anyone here. October 18th is available, Your Honor.
So there's two chances at least to do one through. Okay, October the 18th for the next hearing.
What's the time on that?
10 o'clock.
State of Ohio versus William Kaplinger, case number CRB 1152, A, B, and C.
Okay, this is Mr. Kaplinger, 1152 sentencing, he's got a bond up now, just have to take care of community service and fines and court costs.
He's been working on community service now. His file may not be updated because it's from sentencing.
All right, very good. We'll set your next hearing in September 23rd. September 23rd, 10 o'clock for sentencing.
State of Ohio versus Austin Richard, case number CRA 181233, A and B, CRD 181234, A and B.
All right, this is on sentencing, you're being bond up. Has a report of being compliant. Mr. Morford was appointed back in June. Okay, so that's a good report. He still has quite a bit. I assume some of this is restitution amounts. He's been, he hasn't made a payment for a while, it doesn't look like. Do you have a payment you're gonna make today?
I did. I got it.
Oh, okay, you did make, it's on the other folder.
I just started back to work and.
Okay, he made a $100 payment, so that's significant. All right, very good. Where are you working?
Modern Metals.
Where's that?
They got one in Kentucky and South Point too. This one I'm working at's in South Point. It was Alpha Control, if you ever heard of it. No.
What's your work schedule?
Monday through Friday.
What's better for your hearing dates?
Any day, really.
Okay.
Any day, I don't have to miss work.
September 30th, that's a Monday, your next hearing, sentencing, 10 o'clock.
State of Ohio recalls Franklin Petty, case number TRC 231427, A, B, and C, CRB 23597.
All right, this is on the review docket. Mr. Petty was not here when it was called initially, he's here now. And how are you, Franklin?
Tired.
A little birdie told me you had some trouble up in Gowdy County. Is that right?
Yes.
How's that going?
Well, they got me a date set. I can look at my phone and tell you the day they got it set
You gotta
for.
go back to court?
Yes, Your Honor. It's 9/11/24 is what I got down for.
Okay. You didn't get another OVI, did you?
Nope.
Driver suspension?
It was driving under suspension, and that took my keys for a while.
Okay. Well, you're probably, unless you got something else, eligible to get reinstated now.
Well, I found out. I was down at the DMV last week paying on my reinstatement fee. They told me I could get insurance, go to them with $160 and then get driving privilege.
There you go. So that's what you're doing. Okay, so what are you doing for us? I think he did his community service.
Yes, Your Honor.
Did he weed eat any?
He does a good job.
He knows how to weed eat. Right? You said you were...
Yeah, and I actually started working for Ethan's landscaping, a little bit better pay.
Okay. Well, you can do more community service and work your fine off, did you know that, if you want to?
Yeah, and since I started working for them, I used to hate Echo, but now Echo has ill beat.
Okay, so you got a better weed eater, you like it better than the steel? What do we have? I don't know.
Both.
Okay, we have both. So, see, you come out here and work and you get your pick. Whichever one you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna pay a little bit on it today.
What are you paying?
40.
Okay. September 30th will be your next hearing. That's the last day in September. 9 o'clock. Get here early and you won't have to sit here and watch me all day.
Well, I overslept today.
I know you weren't here when your case got called.
Yeah, but you told me not to miss a day, so I'm like, well, I
Better late
overslept.
than
Best
never.
get on the ball and
Early is
go.
better than late, okay? All right, you're free to go.
State of Ohio versus Melanie M. Neese, case number CRB 131147, CRB 101104, CRB 081315.
Was this a review too? Yeah, this was you had a review on August 12th, right, a week ago.
Yeah.
Tell me about that, what happened?
I didn't have a ride, but I made it today, a little late, but I'm here.
All right, can you pay anything on your fines?
I did pay a little over a week ago. Maybe a little longer.
August 5th, okay, that's pretty good. So, all right, I'll give you more time. Let's see. You made a pretty hefty payment, so I'm going to set you in October.
Okay.
October 7th. First Monday in October will be your next hearing.
All right, thank you.
9 a.m., October 7th.
State of Ohio recalls Haley Early, case number CRB 24.
Okay, that's a lot better. Good job. Okay, let's just keep going and do what you need to do. Anything I can do to help you get in Project Hope, I will do. Anything you do need from me now? to help you?
No, I did get a voucher for a house. I'm about to get a house also, but I'm still gonna go to Project Hope.
Is that going to help you? I know you got a case involving your kids in Cabell County.
Yeah, I just have to have a house and then a job to get them back, but, so I'll have the house and then a job. I have to wait unless I can start working before Project Hope.
Okay, would they let you have your kids while you're at Project Hope, or?
They should, because I was told they were supposed to get it over here, but
Okay. When do you have to go back to Cabell County?
October 15th, I think.
Well, let's have you here October 7th.
Okay.
So, next hearing is October 7th, 10 o'clock.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Good luck. Okay, that finishes up. Court's adjourned.